Friday. Every Friday we gather at this time and we secure our future financially. So today we're going to be talking about, building a financial house. What do you need to build a complete house that if anything happened, the house will stand? You are still going to be able to take care of your responsibility when you have built it right. So we are not just talking about building anything, we are building a financial house. And how do you build it right? So there are going to be a couple of questions I will throw at us today. I want you to just answer it to yourself. We are not taking an exam here, but I want you to begin to do an evaluation of who you are, where you are, and where you do want to be. There's going to be short-term goals like 1 year. What will be your financial foundation and your financial house in the next 1 year? What can you do in the next 2 years, 5 years and above? So before we go forward, my name again is Gabe Ezeobele. I'm a financial professional and we talk money every Friday. And on Mondays, we do More Money Monday. So if you have opportunities to come across our page, I want you to save it because every Friday by this time, we're going to come live to you and talk about the hard things that people don't discuss in their house. A lot of people just muzzle it out until it becomes very late. They can't do anything about it anymore. Many families have been destroyed because of lack of financial planning. Not because of lack of resources, because a lot of people have been working all their life and they work until they are no more able to work anymore. But at the end of the day, they cannot be able to find the balance. They don't have the resources to retire. Retirement is a scary word. I was talking to some young kids the other day and I was telling them about protection and they say, hey, I'm not thinking about retirement now. I say, when are you going to be thinking about it? Is it when you are ready to retire? You plan ahead, you plan 20 years, 30 years ahead. And that's where you have all the time to be able to make it right and to just do little things of discipline, life-changing, that will just set your financial house in order. So retirement is wonderful if you have two essentials. It's very, very wonderful. It's very necessary. And people have retired in their 40s. That doesn't mean that they don't work anymore. You might have a business. You might have some kind of thing going for you that you go and do sometime, part-time, but you have set yourself up for life. That's what we are talking about. So when you have these two essentials in retirement, then you know that you can retire now or you don't have to retire, especially when you have found their rhythm with finance. When you have much to live on, you have a lot to live on and much to live for. There are two things that you must have for you to think retirement and say retirement is going to be great, is going to be wonderful. When you have much, I want you to put it in parentheses, much to live on. And when you have much to live for, what are you living for? Because life cannot just be, you get up every morning, you keep running. Like they said in Africa, you see the gazelle gets up every morning and starts to run. And the lion gets up every morning and begins to run. And you wonder, because the gazelle, if they don't run, they will be eaten up by the wild cats and all the scavengers in the wild. And the lion, he has to run to eat. So you see that it doesn't matter whether you are the strong person or you are the weakest, you must run. You must prepare. You must look around. Even if you see like the impalas, if you watch this animal, wildlife and animal, what's it called, planet on the television, sometimes it's just very interesting the way they live. They live day by day. They don't know what is going to happen the next moment. Even the strongest animal, the strongest, when they go out there and they don't plan very well, they can be killed. That's why most times they hunt in groups. So retirement is very wonderful if you have two great essentials that is out there for you, when you have much to live on and when you have much to live for. I want you to write this down because every time you think about it, you begin to know that, wow, I need to do something. And let me tell you something, little changes and discipline that like $5 a day, $150 a month, or $10 a day, $300 a month. If you are very, very young, maybe your 20s, you can just save that. In the next 20, 30 years, you'll be well off. Let me just use the word. If you can find a place that pays you 8% or 10% of $150 a month, or 8% or 10% of $10 a month, which is $300 every month, you will be well off. You will be way ahead of your folks, ahead of your mates, ahead of people that are your equals, whether in education, in academia. I saw a research that was done recently, and they were talking about the fastest people that become millionaires in America. And I was surprised that I didn't see doctors there. Engineers were one of them. Because why is an engineer in the top 5? Because they think, they calculate, they plan. Everybody that study engineering, whether you study chemical engineering, just missing an inch of the chemicals, you get something else. You don't get what you want. So they take time to plan. You are mechanical, you are civil engineering. It's all about measurement and rulers and timelines and all that. I was surprised that medical doctors with all the end, they are not found among the first 5, not even among the first 7. They're among the first 10. I saw teachers there. Why? Because they are patient people. Many of them have this teachers retirement plan that have been there for 3B, they call it, for 25, 30 years. And drip by drip, little by little, before they get to their retirement, they have hit over $1 million, $2 million. So to be able to retire well, it's not how much you earn, it's how much you have saved over time. How much you have saved. And the cost of waiting is very expensive, because the longer you wait in life, you discover that everything becomes very expensive. And by then your responsibilities also increase. So why not start young? Why not start early? So if you're in your 20s, I want you to say, just DM me, say 20s, because you guys are the ones that I'm talking about now. If you're in your 30s, yeah, you are still early in the game, but you are not that very early. If you're in your 40s, you are playing catch up. If you're in your 50s, come on. You have to do 3 times of what people do in their 20s for you to get yourself set up that in your 60s or late 60s, and you are in your 50s now. And let me tell you, if you begin to plan for retirement now, you have to give yourself 2 decades. That means your retirement will exceed your 70s. But somebody that is in their 20s, they can retire in 45. It's just about planning, effective planning. So we have talked about what you need: much to live on, that's what you need, and much to live for. So you need 2 things to begin to look at retirement as very, very great and wonderful. One is much to live on. How much do you need to live on? And how much do you need to live for? What are you living for? Are you living for your kids? Are you living for your business? Are you living for your lifestyle, dream? What are you living for? Once you understand those 2 components, then you can say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and we can help you to design it. That's why when you listen to us, it's not just about hearing. Hearing is great, but doing is one of the greatest things in life. Doing what you have heard. So you can write me, DM me, contact me. My phone numbers are out there. You can look at all my pages, wherever you are watching from. You have a way to reach me. You have a way to reach our team. You call us 24 hours. Somebody's going to pick up the call. The number is 770-288-9928. 770-288-9928. But let me go into what we are talking about today. I've just talked about the essentials, 2 essentials that will make your retirement to be awesome, great, wonderful. One of them is much to live on, and the other one is much to live for. So let's talk about what do you need. The first thing is there are 4 steps to it in your foundation. Building a strong financial house, you need 4 components, 4 steps. The foundation itself is protection, and I'm not going to say enough about protection. Protection is everything about building wealth in the world, in America, in anywhere you find yourself. Once you have protected your health, your wealth, your resources, your life, your business, then you are ready. Protection have to go first. Once you understand protection, you see that insurance is not a cost anymore. It becomes a hedge. You're using it to hedge for anything that comes at you. You have something that protects your assets, protect your resources. Like if you have small business, you have to have a general insurance or liability, so that if anything happens, you are not bothered about somebody suing you or somebody falling in your office or something happening, break in, it will be covered. When you have a business, all your equipment are protected. Car insurance, you are talking about life insurance, because you are the machine that goes out there every day and mint money for your bills, mint money for your husband, for your wife, mint money for your kids, education, vacation. Everything is running through you. What have you thought about if anything happened to that person? You break down, you get sick, you fall, you get into an accident, and you are not able to generate income anymore. You are still alive, because we are not talking about death now. Because death is one of the things that people scare people away from talking about insurance. When you talk about insurance, they think insurance is about death. No, it's also for the living. There are four components that is in protection, especially when we talk about life insurance. There are four components that you must have. There are many kind of insurance. The purpose of insurance for this thing is for you to have what we call protection of your life. But you can use life insurance to do other things. And that's what many people don't know. This insurance that have cash value in them. When you call us, we can sit down with you and break it down. Cash value, whereby when you pay a premium, the other part of the money, half of it goes into your savings and grows 8%, 10%, 12%. And sometimes it's uncapped. So if the market go crazy and go up, you go all the way up. But the good thing is that it has growth, but it's also safe. If the market crashes, you never lose any of your principal. I'm telling you, this is guaranteed to be written in your contract. When the market goes up, you go up. When it goes down, you don't lose your principal. You lose nothing. Some company will even credit you 0.75. So these are the things that when you call us, we can sit down with you and begin to break it down. But the first thing in your financial house must be protection. That's the foundation of wealth, foundation of a financial house, building that house. You don't build the house from the top. Many of us, when we started life, we started with investment. We had, accounts with many of these big establishments, and we open up a 401k, 403b. We open all these things. We have money in stock market. We just throw money everywhere. But have you thought about if anything happened to you, what will happen to those resources? So you do protection first. You protect yourself, protect your environment, protect your resources, protect your going and coming. Then you go into debt management. A lot of people come out of college or come out of their family house with a lot of debt, credit card debt, education debt. Many of you are in debt with your last vacation of last year. You are still paying off those debts. We'll teach you how to pay off your debt, even all the way to good debts like mortgage debt, car loans. We have a program, a workshop called Debt Roll-Up. So you call us, we set you up on those workshops. Everything we do with you is free. I want you to type the word free if you get me. FREE is free. We never charge you for any trainings. Our goal is to educate 30 million families by the year 2030. So while I come out here every Friday shouting, it's not that I don't have anything to do, or I'm very bored, I don't have anywhere to go. But I feel that this information cannot just be passed down to my children or my family only, or to our church, local church, or my community. But I want everyone to be involved, all hands to be on deck. The goal is 30 million Americans by 2030 to be educated on financial literacy. So what we do is all education. You call us, we sit down with you, we talk to you for free. We book appointment, we sit down with you, talk to you for free. We call until if there's any product you buy through us, because we are also licensed agents with some of these great investments and also life insurance, then that's the only time, and you don't pay, because the companies we connect you to, they will pay, give us a commission. That's it. But that's not the goal. The goal is to educate. So I want you to understand that our job is to educate 30 million people by the year 2030. I cannot say more of that. So debt management is on number 2 in building a strong financial house. You take care of your debt, because debt is a tax in the future. Every debt that is not eliminated today, especially those debts that have 10% and above, double digits. Anytime you get into 10%, 11%, 20%, you are talking about a lot of resources to pay off that, whatever it is. And especially those little debt like store credit, restaurant credit, travel credit. No. It's good to have them, but your debt should not be what you use for your emergency fund. You can swipe those cards, but just go back home and take money from your emergency fund and pay it off. We have a program called the Debt Roll-Up. where we can show you how to cut your debt in half in a very short time. So talk to me at the end of this presentation so that we can set you up for workshops. All our workshops are free. We run workshops Monday to Friday free of charge in all the 50 states of America and Canada. Free. Our workshops are what? Free. Free. So if you want to get free things on finances, come to us. We set you up for free. So we set you up on Monday. There's morning section, evening section. So if you miss the morning section, it will be repeated in the evening, but with different trainer. Everything is going to be free. They have wonderful and great resource there where you can learn about finance from the basics of finance all the way as a professional to the place where you start to become very, very financially empowered. So that's the goal. Number one is protection, I want to say again, in the foundation. Number two is debt management. You are beginning to put a building block on it. Then you go to number three, which is what we call emergency fund. Emergency fund is money that you set aside for the, anytime the rainy day comes, when there's something that happened and you are not able to do it immediately, you go to your emergency fund and take the resources there and take care of it. So it doesn't obstruct your daily life. It keeps your life peaceful. That's why when we sit down with you and talk to you, we give you what we call peace of mind. A lot of our clients and people that we have worked with, they are very, very excited. They are very happy. They refer us to other people. They begin to, give us what they call recommendations. That's the right word. They recommend us to their family, to their communities. We have gone to everywhere, from mosques to church. We have gone to school system, to the IRS. We have gone to campuses, Harvard University. We have been everywhere. So you can be the next person we sit down with your family and we do what we call a proper financial checkup to check where you are and where do you want to be. Based on the information you give us, we can design a roadmap to build a very strong and solid financial life for you and foundation. You start from the foundation. So emergency fund is one of the components that will help you to have peace of mind. Remember, the first one is protection, which talks about protecting your life, protecting your health, protecting your family, protecting your business, protecting your job, your income, all kinds of protection. We can do that for you. We help you with debt management, manage all your debt, and give you a timeline. If you follow our strategies and work with us on timely manner, you will eliminate your debt. And all these things, we teach you that for free. I want you to understand that. Then we talk about emergency fund. Emergency fund is you start to set aside out of your income, maybe 1 day of your income, you set it aside. Before you know it, 1 week, you set it aside. You keep saving. And those money have to be liquid. It doesn't have to be tied to a property or tied to a business or no. It has to be liquid. Liquid, I'm talking about be in a bank that you don't have an account, a card from. So you cannot swipe a card. So anytime you need to pull money out of your emergency fund, you have to either go to the bank directly or do what we call a wire, which takes a couple of days. So you don't just have to spend that money. The goal is for you to save at least 6 months to 1 year of your income, whatever you are earning now. Say, for instance, your income is, $5,000 a month. If you can save, maybe start it to save from $100 to $200 to $500, and you keep saving. If you are able to save 1 month, which is $5,000, then you are on your way. It can take you almost a year or two to save maybe 2 years of your income, or not 2 years, 6 months or 1 year of your income. You have it liquid. And sometimes we advise you to put it in something like a high savings account, whereby the money is not just sitting somewhere, but it's making money also. But you have access to it, making up to 4% or 5%. There are accounts that can do that. And you just, anytime you need it, you have access to it. It's not, there will be no red tape, there will be no fee, there will be no charges because you took your money out. So it has to be in a liquid place, high savings account, preferably, or just a bank account. Then now you are ready for investment. Investment is number 4 in the building of your strong financial house. Investment is the top of the chain. And sometimes when you begin protection, you can do all four of them simultaneously at the same time. While you are protecting your family and taking care of your debt, you are saving for your emergency fund, and you are putting a little bit of resources for your investment. Investment is so huge that we don't have to mention one or the other, but from real estate all the way to crypto and people that invest in, all these accounts that you own with the government, like 401k, 403b, all of them, all the IRAs, the IRAs, the Roth IRA, Simple IRA, all of them. You now will show you where you can put your money, and your money will earn money for you. And there are products that are out there that are very, very, very exciting in the way they act. Some of them, you don't even lose money at the end of the day. If the market does not make money, you don't lose anything. But if the market make money, you make up to some certain percentage because they cap you. So this is what I want us to converse today, building a strong financial house. It is very important that we begin to build the house today, not tomorrow. You start to build it today. Building that financial house is very pivotal to your financial future. And we are going to help you in any way or way you want. And then one more thing, let me tell you something. You can also come and help us. We have been looking for people like you that have little time to just do 20 hours or 30 a week, or even 10 hours based on your schedule. And we help you to get a little license to be able to do this. We are looking for people to partner with us. We are always looking, because to get to 30 million Americans, we need a lot of foot soldiers. So if you want to make a little bit of income also outside your regular income, or you have time to learn, why not come in and learn with us? Some people say, I don't want to do anything, I just want to learn. You come in and you pay a little fee of $125, which nobody gets that money. I don't make it. People that work with us don't make it. That money is for a background to run on you, to see if you don't have anything that will be a red flag. Once the company certify you, they will now give you a code, and you can learn as much as you can. When you are ready, we show you how to get your license, and you get your license and you can be a financial professional. So that is just by the side. But the goal is for you to understand how money works, what to do. Where do you put your money? Is your money in the bank? What is the essence of having money in the bank, having money in some investment? What are the different kind of investment you can do? These are things we can sit down with you and talk. But my focus today is to tell you about building a strong financial house. And what do we talk about? How do you build that house? The house must have a protection, which is the foundation of the house, foundation of your business, foundation of your career, the foundation of your life is having protection for yourself. It gives you peace of mind. It gives your family peace of mind. Do you know if you are running around, you don't have any protection, you are endangering your family. Just think about it. If anything happened to you, maybe you are one part of the person that generates income in the house, and you have two people, maybe a husband and a wife, a father and a son, a brother and a sister, whatever way. If you have two people that is generating 10,000 for the family to survive, and one person gets sick, that means the family is left with $5,000. What do you think will happen in the whole of that family? But if you have protection, then you can take care of that. Or if one person dies, have you thought about it? If the people that generate the income, the breadwinner, I've told somebody one time I was doing a presentation, and I asked them, I said, what is the most valuable thing that you have? And some people were saying their beauty, some people were saying their education. Those things were right, but they are not the right answer. They are good. Some people say, the ability to be young, all that, because they have time. And I told them the answer is your ability to generate income. That's the greatest access you have. Your ability to be able to generate income, to take care of your responsibility, which is your family, to take care of your responsibility, which is your lifestyle also. How do you want to live? Do you know that many people does not live long, not because their gene is wrong or there's something wrong with them or they have sickness, but if you don't have peace of mind, the stress of not having enough is very, very brutal. So you have to get from financial insecurity to financial security. And the goal is to finally move you to financial freedom. You have to go these 3 stages. Right now, maybe you are in the place where you are not financially secured. So you have to do XYZ to keep everything afloat. But it's okay. You can start there. But you have to get to the place where you are independent, financially independent. But freedom is better than independent. For you to be financially free, nothing bothers you. Whether you work or you don't work, you don't do anything in life again, you are still going to be okay. So I'm going to wrap it up here. This is what I want to get us to understand today on this Secure Your Future Friday. And we talked about retirement is wonderful if you have 2 essentials. Number 1 of those essentials is much to live on. And this number 2 is much to live for. That's where we began. And so that word retirement is very scary to young people. It's scary to a lot of older people that have no plan. So when you talk about retirement, it's like you are trying to kill them. No, it should not be a scary word for you. It should be something that when you hear about it, you look into, okay, if it takes me 10 years to retire now, what do I need? How many of you have really asked yourself the right question? What do I really need to say if I don't want to go to work today, if I don't want to go to my business so that I can afford to stay home? Maybe you have a business that that will outlive you. That's fine. But what if you are not there? What is going to be missing? Do you have enough protection that if anything happens to that business, that you are still going to live, you are still going to survive? So you must understand much to live on. What are you living on? And much to live for. Those are the 2 essentials. And we broke it down and talking about the financial, building a financial house, a strong one, not just any financial house. We talked about proper protection, which is the first stage in the foundation of building wealth or a strong financial house. You must have not just protection, but a proper one. We have a way of discovering what you need. There's a way we sit down with you. We use what we call the DIME method. Debt, income, mortgage, and education. We put all these things together and we can be able to forecast and tell you, this is what you need. This is your insurable amount. And you can now decide, say, okay, I cannot afford this now. I can start from where I am. The most important thing is for you to start. So when you start, you build a financial protection, which is the foundation, a proper one, proper protection, and you go into debt management, emergency fund. I've told you, many of us think our credit card is our emergency fund. No, because every time you swipe that credit card, there's an interest coming to it from 4% to 10 to 12, 18, 20. Those ones are scary. Anything above 10% is you have entered into a danger zone. You must eliminate those debts. And we have a debt roll-up training. We have workshops every day, Monday to Friday. You want to have our workshop, DM me or call me. The number is 770-288-9928. And we can be able to set you up. And the last but not the least is investment. So today, I'm just going to wrap it up here. I want to thank you for being with us again today. We are coming back next week, Friday, for another Secure Your Future Friday. You must secure your future. The future of your family is not in the hand of the government. It's not in the hand of the economy. It's in your own hand. I want you to take responsibility today and begin to say, my life must change. And those are little baby steps of discipline with little or no much resources. $5 a day, which is $150 a month, or $10 a day, which is about $300 a month, can set you up for life. Thank you very much. I'm going to come back with you again.